end of the course, or it must be taught daily. So the homework, try to do it like daily if you can. Its main purpose is for you to write code, to actually write some code and practice, because in the hackathon you'll be writing code, a lot of code. So the homeworks are for your own good. They are not like mandatory or something like that. But of course, for the hackathon, people who will be participating in the hackathon, they have to at least have written some Motoko. So a homework would suffice. So yeah, I think by the end of next week, if you could have covered the homeworks, that would be great. You'll be at a great position for the hackathon. Are there any challenges you guys are facing which we should address? How many of you in the call right now have all the tools installed? Just show in the chat. And if you haven't installed, can you just briefly explain why, so we can see how we can help you? Those who haven't installed, if you're just joining us or you're having some problem, please send a message in the chat. Yes, Matthews, go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, Enoch. Hope
Evening. How's it going?
well, it's going okay. Just kindly requesting for the homework questions. I've been missing for the past 2 days due to load shedding here.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes.
That's fine. I'm going to go through the whole process once again and show you the homework.
No. All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Other guys, I'm waiting for you guys. So all 15 of you have the tools installed. I mean, like, I think 18, because this is the time where we get to actually help you. Okay, so I'll go through the homeworks once again in detail. Yesterday I was kind of rushing. It was our time. Today I'll go in slowly about it. So I'll share my screen in a bit. Don't shy to ask for help or to share your challenges. Is there anyone having challenge creating internet identity on the homeworks? Is there anyone having any challenge of any sort on the homeworks? Yes, Elias.
Good evening. I didn't manage to create the internet identity, but I used the other login.
NFID.
And I managed to submit the assignment, but I didn't manage to create the internet identity. I don't know if it's my phone scanning the QR code, so it didn't manage to scan.
Okay.
Yeah. But otherwise, I used the other login. Then I was able to submit.
Oh, so you actually completed homework 1 and submitted?
Yes.
And it was successful?
Yes, it was successful.
That's awesome.
Yeah. but the identity I didn't manage to create it.
You didn't manage to create. Okay.
Yes.
Can you, if possible, do you have a computer? Can you share your screen so we can try to see what could be the problem?
On the creation of the
Internet identity. Yes.
okay, let me try it, and then I'll be able, when our manager, I'll be able to share my screen.
Okay. That's cool. So let me share my screen and then I'll try to create an internet identity from my side. And then you can see how it goes. Yeah, so this is the website. So come here, log in, internet identity. Then for the first time I will, let's say, then I'll say create new. And then I do create passkey. And then here you choose a device. So let's see, this different phone. And then I'll try to scan. I can also use, if you have a USB stick, that can also work. So let me just scan this. Then I create a passkey. I do this thing. What is it? T. Okay. Okay, why? Okay. And then I'll say saved. Yeah, so now I'm logged in with my new identity. So it can actually be that simple to create the identity. That simple, really. But then, yeah, there are some challenges we can face, but really it should be as easy as that. And then you sign up, put in your name, last name, put in my email, my organization, and then my GitHub link. Then I register. And after registering, you come to this page where you can now see your track of homeworks. Then you can also see your profile here and edit your profile. Right. So the homeworks now I will also share with you right away. Where are they? Yeah, they are. I will share with you guys. So homework 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Homework 1 is here. Then you open the project. And then when you open the project, you read this README. So it's basically telling you what you need to do in the homework, right? What you need to, how you need to implement the functionality. And another common mistake I've seen people doing is trying to copy this interface and apply it and try to like code the functions, using this. So this is not exactly how you write the Motoko function. This is like an interface description way of writing. You see, you be like describing the interface. Okay, that's not how the actual Motoko code will be like. So yeah, there's that. And then in the main.mo, here you have the boilerplate code, which should make the job easy for you. You can see the add function, subtract, multiply. You just have to complete it and put the logic that is required. All right. Same for homework 2. Open project. You go through now. Homework 2 is a bit different. It doesn't have the boilerplate for the functions, but the instructions will make it easier for you to know. And there's even the interface here, so you can see what your function will be like. So this is just saying it will be a public chat function which accepts a homework input and returns, and make sure at the end your interface is really like this, because if it's different from this, like any wrong wording that is different from this, the check in this app that is checking your homework will fail. It won't run because there will be a mismatch. It will give you an error. So try to make sure that your functions are exactly as what the instructions are telling you. All right. And then when you do so, you submit. You deploy on the playground. So that's another important part as well. You need to deploy on the playground. So let's see. Let's see. Okay. So let's say this is your complete project, right? You have coded your project and you have completed it, and now you want to submit. You must. So as you are developing, as you are like developing it, right? You can deploy locally and doing whatever you want. If defects deploy backend. Okay, so to those who are completely new, you don't have to always do DFX like deploy always. So as you can see in DFX here, DFX, you can have multiple canisters, right? Like here I have the backend canister and then I have the hello world front-end canister, right? If I do DFX deploy, it deploys everything, right? But in some cases, you may not want to deploy everything, right? You might want to deploy just one canister at a time. Okay, because sometimes if you have a lot of canisters, deploying them all will take time, and you just be wanting to test like just a single canister. So in that case, you specify the canister. So yeah, let's say I just want to deploy the backend canister. You just specify the canister and deploy. So I have to start the replica. And then I can deploy the backend canister. Okay, so locally I can test it like this. I can do whatever. I can deploy locally and test my functions. And then when you want to submit now, you don't submit this local canister. You need to submit a live canister. But since you don't have cycles, you want to deploy to the live network, you need to deploy to the playground. The playground, it will be live, it will be a live canister for only for 20 minutes. So to deploy to the playground, it will be FX deploy, either DFX deploy or with the name of the canister, and then with the flag -- playground. So DFX deploy -- playground, and then now you're deploying to the playground. Okay, and yeah, here it is. You can test it also here if you want. And then now to submit, you just need the canister ID. This canister ID, you can also get it from here. This one at the end here with the canister ID. This one here. Also, if you open this .dfx directory and then you open, let's say if local, you can open local and then you see canisters in the local. And then for playground, you can also open playground here and then canister ID JSON, and then you see this one, right? So then once you grab the canister ID, you come, you paste it. Let's try to paste a fake canister. And then homework, we select homework 1 and submit. to give an error. It can't find this. So now let's put the correct one. Let's submit. Then homework one completed. Then you are successful. And then if you try to submit again for homework one, you've already completed this project. So yeah, that's how you do the submissions. And you can also do this completely on the playground, on the Motoko playground. Let's say new project. I copy, let's say homework one. But the playground is temporary. So then it's giving me a bunch of errors. I'll just comment out. Okay. So it asks us to define a mutable variable. Counter. Right, and then add what do we do to add? Someone wants to tell us how do we complete this function? Yes, who is that? Yeah, unmute your mic.
I think when you do like counter plus equals x.
Okay. Counter plus equals x. All right.
Count.
And then it's still giving me an error. What should I do next?
Return counter.
I can't hear you properly.
Return.
I should return counter.
Yes.
Return counter. It's still giving me error. What did I do wrong?
Is the float imported?
Is the what?
Float. Have we imported float?
No, I haven't imported float. Where should I put it?
Like maybe just go where there's float there. When you do space, it will automatically import, I think.
Okay. Let's see. If I'm to import a float. Floats. Okay. It's still giving the error. Okay, Elias want to help out. Go ahead.
Okay, so the variable counter there, Motoko I think is declaring it as an int. So we should put it as value, our counter should be equal to 0.0 to change the float.
Okay. 0.0. Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. That's good. So that's one way to specify 0.0, and then counter will automatically be a float, or you can give counter the type of float. That will also be a solution. So we have those two ways, either putting 0.0 or giving it the type of float, and then now we can deploy. Yep. Then once we deploy, we get our canister ID, and we can come and submit. But here it will tell us we have already submitted. So let's say it's homework 2. Let's submit homework 2. Yeah, it will give us the error. So yeah, you can actually develop here on the playground your homeworks as well. And if for some reason you are facing some challenges and you would like to share your code with someone so that they can help you out, you can do save and share. You can do save and share, and then you can share with someone this link, and they will be able to see what you are trying to implement, and they can help you out if you're having some challenge or something. So that's another good feature as well. Okay, so yeah, that's it about homeworks. I see some people have joined us. Are there any questions at this point? Any challenges in installing or anything? Okay. Douglas, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Enoch, and a good evening to everyone. Yes, I'm still having some trouble in installing Ubuntu in WSL, and today my actually just crashed again, so I had to reinstall Windows, and I'm about to restart the process of reinstalling. Activating WSL.
Okay.
Yes, and install Ubuntu again. And I'm having a bit of trouble with network again. I don't know what's been happening this side, but that's
So,
okay.
so you're saying a problem could be related to network?
Actually, with the crashing, with the crashing, I think it's my computer hardware. It's I think it's not really suitable for the stuff that I'm running on it. I had
crashing.
Yes.
Can you try to dual boot with Ubuntu? Because Ubuntu is lightweight. So
Yeah.
like not WSL, but actual Ubuntu. You know,
Instead of
to actually
instead of
install Linux.
handle.
Yeah,
Okay.
to actually dual boot with Ubuntu, and then it might actually be run faster.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, sir. I'll try that.
Yeah. If it keeps on giving you challenges.
Okay.
Okay. Anyone having challenges? Anyone who haven't installed the tools? Tell us your story so we can help you. Okay. So I'll just touch one small aspect. Today's session was mainly just mentorship, but I'll just add one new aspect to the code we have been working with. Okay, so this is our code. So apologies, I forgot to share this code with you guys. Anyway, let me share with you right now. This is the code from our session. So I'll do this. I'll save it in here. I'll copy the types and put them in the same file. You can create other files here, but I just want to do it in a simpler way. Is it? Save and share. So this is the code we were working with yesterday. Yeah, so reach out, or Douglas, reach out to people like Matthews. They can help you out in installing Linux. Awesome. So back to where we are. All right. So just want to introduce another type, which is also quite important in Motoko. The variant type, right? The variant. So let's say you want to give to have some form of like access, some access control. You want to give your users some roles, right? So a variant is a type that like you can only have one value for each of the fields you would have specified, right? So let's look on how we can implement that. So there is Motoko book, the one which was also shared by Josh in the group. That's good. It's also very important for you and quite helpful. Motoko, what is it? Motoko book. This one. It will help you a lot. Along with the Motoko docs. Let me share with you guys. You can easily understand some of the concepts we're talking about. So we're saying, where is the variant? Where do we find types? Variants. Yeah. So a variant is a type that can take one of a fixed set of values. Okay. So you can define a variant like this: type my variant, let's say black or white, right? And also you can also put some other value. You can also associate some other value to a variant like this: male or a female, right? So let's see how we can implement a variant here in our user tab, where we are just serving users, right? So we want to have some access levels. So let's create a variant type. Let's call it type access level. Okay. Access level. Then you can have an admin, right? You can have like a normal user. You can have a guest, right? You can have unauthorized. Yeah, okay, banned. That's cool. Okay. And at any point, you can only have one of these. You can't be an admin and a user or a guest, or you can only be one of these at any given point, right? So now let's create a field, access level. Okay, that's cool. And then we give it a type of access level. So this is a variant. All right. So in our code, suppose we can have a function. We can want to create a function that checks the access level for a user, or let's say, yeah, that simply checks the access level of a user, right? So let's call it okay. Public shared query function get access level, and then okay, that's a good step of suggestion from. Okay, so we just want to return text in all the cases. So let's say we have an error, or we find, or we didn't get an error. We just want to return text. So users gates. If a user is not found, we return user not found. That's fine. And then for the case of a user, if the user exists, we don't want to return anything at this point. We want to do some further logic, right? We want to check the access level for that user, if the user exists. So we can do another switch statement. It will allow us to handle this in a better way. So we can have another switch statement. Okay. So we do switch. Copilot is doing God's work here. But anyway, I'll just type so that you can really see what's happening. And then we switch on the user's access level, right? We switch on the user's access level. Okay. So in the first switch, in the outer switch, we are getting a user. If the user doesn't exist, we return an error. As you see, we have the result type here. We return an error with user unfound. If the user is found, we want now to switch on the user's access level. And then if the access level is admin, we want to return an OK text saying you are an admin. If it's a user, the guest, you are a guest. If it's a band, you are banned. Okay. And one thing, if you miss any case, it will scream at you. It will cover the whole switch statement and tell you you missed something. The switch does not cover band, so the switch statement will have you cover every case. But in some cases where you don't want to cover all the case, so let's say, for example, we just want to do something. If the value is only an admin, so we can have a switch statement that is not like exhaustive, that can only handle 2 cases. So in that case, we can have something like so let's say we just want only to handle the case for admin. Then if it's anything else, you can put this wildcard. If anything else, you are something else. You can do maybe you are something else. So that's another feature of the switch statement. you are not forced to like handle each and every case. If you just want to handle one case and then the rest, you can use this wildcard, right? So yeah, that's that. It's very important to keep in mind. So let's deploy it and test it out. Fx deploy. Let's just deploy it locally. We're getting the error because we don't have a canister code backends. We have hello. Okay. Let's give it a spin. Let's create a user. So you select the access level. Let's say the user is banned. Then if you do random, you won't have, so for testing random is quite useful. You don't have to type in every field. It won't, the random won't go through if you don't select things like you need to select like variants and whatnot. But once you select those, you can then do random. And then you to fill in the other fields with random data, as you can see here. So let's copy this. Let's do get access level. And then we go, you are banned. So yeah, that's that. And you can do a number of stuff with the variants, right? It's something I would like to show you guys. So in relational database, when you're right now we've been doing some simple queries, right? We are just getting like all the users or getting one user. So let's say we want to get users who only we want to get like only users who are only banned, right? You in that case you want to need a simple, you won't be having a simple query like this one, right? You won't be doing a simple query like this one. You have to kind of try to find a way, right? So let's try to do this together. Let's try to create a query that will return users that are banned. I'd like to hear suggestions from you on how we can approach this one. Let's create a query function that returns users that are banned. So I'll create the function signature. We should query get banned users. It won't take anything. It will be an async function. And it will return an array of users. All right. So how do we go about this one? I'd like to hear from you guys. Any thoughts? You don't exactly the correct answer, but just a way of getting to the answer, the suggestions, and then we'll get there. In a relational database, you can do like get users, what are you gonna say? Like it will be like get users like where band is goes to like true or something like that, and then it will do that for us. Like the database will easily do that for us. Like some relational database can easily do that, or even NoSQL database as well. But for Motoko, like here we're working with these data structures, we have to do that manually. So any suggestions on how we can start, we can create this function? It's simple really, there's not a lot that need to be done. Any suggestions? Nothing is changing on your screen. I think it's your network. How can we create this function, guys? What should I type next? Okay, so one thing, we need some way of filtering, right? We need some way of filtering. So let's see how we can filter, right? We're using what? A try map. Let's go to a try map and let's see if we can filter. Apologies, my network glitched. My internet glitched, I'm not sure. But can you hear me now? Okay, awesome. What is it are you using to ensure the school suggestions when you type? I'm using Copilot, GitHub Copilot. So GitHub Copilot, $10 per month. But if you're a student, I'm sure you can get it for free. GitHub Copilot. Okay, so I was saying we need to find a way of filtering. Okay, you know what, guys? Our time is off about. I'll give you as a challenge. I'd like to see who will finish it first. If you create this get banned users, right? And then when you do, send your solution in the group. So playground, our time is up. So I'll share the code with you, but you figure it out, right? And then create the get banned users. So I think the first one to like finish this one, they will get when you come to Zambia, they won't miss like a t-shirt or whatever we will be giving out. So there's that. Well, so yeah, let's see who gets to it first. Okay, so I will save and share. I think it's the same link as the one before, but anyway, I'll just say share it again. Yes, create a function that will return only the users that are banned. A function that will filter. A function that will filter the users and return only the users that are banned. So good luck. You can send in the WhatsApp group, and we'll see who will get to it first. So anyway, thank you guys. Esmo said, okay, I hear you, Josh. I hear you. You can also do some cycles as well and give out maybe a few cycles. That would be awesome. All right. So any questions before we end the session? Looks like we are all good. Okay. Have a good weekend, guys. We want to have a session during the weekend. Let's meet on Monday. Okay. Trust, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I haven't had the challenge.
You didn't get the challenge. You didn't get the challenge.
I haven't gotten the question for the challenge. I
You
just saw the
answered.
link.
You sent the link in WhatsApp. Okay. That's cool. Let me open it up. You send where? In Code Help. Where did you send the link? Okay, and the trust Mwenda by. Yes, Matthews, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sure Mr. Trust was trying to say he didn't get the question for the challenge clearly, so I'm sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're saying he didn't get it. Oh,
Yes, and I'm sure.
so should I explain it again? Okay. Um, okay. Sorry. Let me share my screen one more time. So the challenge is let me just put everything in one place and share the code with everything. Okay. Okay. So the challenge is complete this get banned users function. Get banned users function. It should return. So you see, we have users, right? Who can be banned, or their user, or their guest, or their banned, right? Or the admin, or their banned. So we want a function that will return only the users that are banned. That will return an array of users that are banned only. That's the challenge. So let me again update the challenge code here. Let me save it. Okay, so can you discard all the other links I was sending? Take this one, use this one, it's the latest one. Douglas, go ahead.
Is that possible? Yeah. Is it possible for you to send that link in the WhatsApp group, sir?
Okay, sure. Let me do that. Let me do that. Okay, yeah, sent. Okay, someone was raising a hand. Another trust was raising a hand. Please feel free to unmute your mic. Oh, it's you. Maybe the two accounts. Okay, I get you. All right. So good night, guys. Let's meet next week. But of course, I'll be available on WhatsApp and then Telegram. If you're having any challenges, any problems, and then on Monday we can continue and start some new stuff. So get busy, install the tools, go through the homeworks. Yeah, push your game. Done. Interesting. Okay. Let's test it out, Josh. Josh have just finished. Let's see. Let's test Josh code. Band iter filter access level. Yeah, this looks like something that will work. Let's deploy it. Okay. Let's see. I hate this link. I want a separate link. Where is it? I want something like this. Yeah. So let's create some user. Let's create band user. Okay, random. So we have 1 admin, 2 guests, 3. Okay. So let's see, get all users. We have 3 users and 1 is banned. So let's get banned users. Awesome. Congratulations, Josh. Just earned yourself something. The t-shirts. Yeah, Josh did great. And the thing I like about this is like ChatGPT doesn't really know much about Motoko, so you actually have to kind of really know. Otherwise, it will just give you problems that will get you into circles. Yeah, so great job, Josh. That's really nice. Okay, yeah, so we will have next week. Be prepared. We'll be having a lot of challenges. So step up your game over the weekend. There will be some challenges next week, and it will be interesting. It will be interesting. Okay. So good night, guys. Let's catch up on WhatsApp and on Monday. Have a good night.
Thank you, and a good night to you too, sir.
Sure.